What's up? My name is Niche and this is Truthfully Tarot. And if you're watching, it's because you want to know the truth. So let's get into it. Okay, Virgo, look. Virgo risings here because I'm reading for the rising signs specifically because I want my videos to be more accurate and more specific and pointed. So I'm reading for the rising signs moving forward. Now, mind you, if your sun and your moon is in the same sign, feel free to check out your sun and your moon, but just know that I'm primarily reading and trying to channel and intuit for my rising sign. So now we are on Virgo, baby. Me. So I already pulled from the Astro deck. And this is how it's going to go. I'm going to pull from the Astro deck to get general. We'll go into the tarot. And then maybe if there's a love message, we'll go into the love messages. But yeah, we're hopping right on in. So the first card that came out was Cancer. And on the Cancer card, this is the caretaker. And Cancer is ruled by the moon. So we're talking about emotions. We're talking about protecting your internal space, your heart space, your emotions, your sense of what feels like home. These are all in the domain of Cancer. Now, the other card that came out with Cancer is opposition. So opposition is a type of aspect in astrology that indicates the type of relationship two planets can have with each other, or 2 points can have with each other. And so the nature of an opposition is, as it says on the card, confrontation. So reflecting, mirroring, seeking balance, test, interaction, pull or pull, internal conflicts, uncertainty, acknowledgement, and respect. Now, here's the thing. As a Virgo rising, Cancer rules our 11th house of social circles, friends, memberships, connections, that type of thing. So already it's giving that there may be some issues regarding things that come up in your community or communities that you are connected to, things that will confront either stuff in you internally, or you will have to confront some things or some people within your community, within your network, maybe even within your friend group specifically. It feels like issues with friends become a theme. Now, here's what's crazy. Mars has just moved into Cancer. Mars is the planet of aggression, determination. It's the planet of war, strife, conflict, desire, but it's also a planet of severing, of contentiousness and confrontation, right? And so that has moved into Cancer. And because it's going to go through a retrograde, it's going to be there, I think, until spring of next year. So two things. With Mars ingressing into Cancer, there could be a greater push to be involved in community, to make friends, to go and put yourself out there, to join different groups, to, you may feel really inclined to want to make new friends. The flip side to this energy is that also you may have issues come up in your friendships, or you may have to confront a specific friendship, or a person confronts you, or you have to deal with issues or stress or things around your community. It just feels like it could go both ways, you know what I'm saying? But it just feels like community friendships become a theme and become really important in the month of September. Also, just so we are on the same page, the full moon in Pisces is happening in our 7th house of long-term relationships and partnerships. So not only is there issue going on within your friendships in general, your community, also Virgos, you could be really letting go of a specific connection or a specific partnership dynamic. It doesn't have to be a person, because you can be partnered to businesses, because again, the 7th house is contracts, it's negotiations, it's long-term friendships, long-term people. It could be spouses or significant other. So, for some of my Virgo risings, you could be releasing and letting go of a relationship. That is highly indicated under this lunar eclipse and this full moon in Pisces. You could be needing to focus more on yourself and really focus on your desires, what you want, your visions, your goals, like yourself, like who you are. Your physical body becomes of importance and emphasis in this next month as well. And moving forward, especially as the eclipses shift into Pisces Virgo axis, like relationships are gonna be a huge theme, and our relationship to relationships will be a huge thing for the next year and a half in this new ecliptic cycle that we're starting this month. So there's just a lot of shifts, a lot of changes, a lot happening for Virgo risings, a lot to do with people, communities, and people that are close to you. A significant relationship could pop up. You could receive clarity around some of your relationships. Again, the full moon in Pisces can be clarity. right? It's opposing your first house of self, but it could also be dropping a fantasy around a relationship, a connection, or a dynamic. Yeah. So let's get into the tarot to get more specific. Spirit, what message? Okay. Let's get into it. All right, Virgo. So I pulled out all the cards and we're just going to go through this bit by bit because I actually feel like I have a few different messages that may relate to a few different groups of people. So I want you to stick around as I kind of systematically go through each kind of group of messages that I kind of got. So the first group I got was the Temperance. And it is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this message is for some of my Virgos who are like really trying to better themselves, really trying to glow up, really trying to get in the bag. Like, I just feel like the encouragement from Spirit is to keep doing it. Like, the Temperance is about patience. It's about balance, balancing out your life, balancing out your emotions, balancing out your finances, balancing out your obligations and responsibilities. But it feels like no matter what, it's coming for you for it to come out upright. And with the Temperance, just give it time. Like, you are in process. And I know a lot of times Virgos, like, we don't even want to really start shit for real until we get the end picture or feel like we're capable of manifesting the end result. And it feels like you're in the middle of it. You're like, oh, like I have so far to go, but you have this dream, this place in life, this goal that you want to attain. And it feels like it is going to happen. You just got to give yourself patience and be really kind to yourself and just know that you have the capacity, even if you can be quite critical about it. Just know that you're critical because you want it to be better, but you can't allow analysis paralysis to keep you from staying in the game and not giving up, because this thing that you're working on is going to lead to success. It's going to lead to money. It's going to lead to financial independence. Now, for another bit of my Virgos, you guys came out as a King of Pentacles, which is Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, right? There's a lot of cards out here. And the message that I get is some of my Tauruses, you guys are working, you are on the grind, you're trying to build out your life, you're trying to build out these things that are important to you. It feels like there is a connection though that has still kind of been playing in the back of your mind, or there's a connection that you just still feel attached to. Maybe you kind of daydream about this person from time to time. It just doesn't feel like you fully and truly moved on from this particular connection. It feels like you miss them. It feels like in September, they come back around. And this could be somebody that has fire sign placements, Aries, Leo, Sag. They come back around. And it feels like it could be a new cycle. But I don't feel like it's a new cycle for the relationship. I feel like it's a new cycle for you, because they're coming up as the King of Wands, very determined, very passionate. But ultimately, it feels like they're going to pass up on this opportunity. Like, they're not going to take it seriously. It feels like this person that could still be in your energy that you haven't quite let go of. It feels like they could pop up, especially with Cancer and confrontation coming out in the general. This could be somebody that's in your community. Could be an ex. It could be somebody you've dealt with before. It just could be somebody that you know through community or around community. It feels like it can pop back up. It feels like this is somebody maybe you haven't talked to or you haven't been in communication from. It's like you've been trying to get over it. You've been trying to focus on your money and things like that. But it feels like they come back up, but they're still not offering commitment. And the little that they do offer is giving breadcrumb energy with the Page of Pentacles. It's not giving anything substantial. And it feels like it ultimately leads to you feeling lost. Like, it feels like, oh, this person comes back around, like maybe they're serious, but it's like, it's not. It's not. It feels like if you entertain it, it's going to waste your fucking time. It's the best way I can put it. It's going to waste your fucking time. Especially, again, since we have the eclipse happening, the full moon happening in our 7th house of long-term relationships. It feels like it's coming back up so you can let it go at a deeper level, so that you can release it at a deeper level. Because in the advice, the 2 of Cups reversed, the Lovers reversed came up for the advice. Don't give into it. Don't entertain it. Do not bring this I shouldn't tell you what to do, because at the end of the day, you're going to do what the fuck you want to do, and there's no judgment here. I just want to support you in your journey, and I want to make sure you're not going through the same cycles over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And it just feels like Spirit is saying, like, don't try and reconnect with this person. Don't take them seriously. Like, it feels like they're not going to choose you for real. They're not serious about it. And why? They're not telling you the truth about something. They're still not telling you the truth. They're still not being honest. Like, they're still afraid. It's like there's still this energy of not. It's so crazy because they're coming up as the King of Swords. So they're coming up as mature energy. But it feels like there is this, like with the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Swords reversed, it's like they're still not being honest. They're still not telling you something. There's still like sneaky energy around it. They're still hiding energy around it. And it feels like this person, like, it's like it's like they're thinking about offering the cup. It's like they're thinking about it, but it just feels like there's no substance behind it. Like, it feels like there's no substance. It feels like they are genuinely thinking of offering you a cup with the Four of Cups here. Like, they are genuinely thinking about it. Like, I feel like maybe they could even miss you too. That's why they're coming back around, because maybe you guys haven't been in contact or whatever. But it just feels like it's still, they're not committing. It's not substantial. It's not, and it just feels like Spirit is like, don't give to it. They're still not being honest about something. Whew. Okay. Wow. All right. Okay. Group number 3. It kind of came out in like group messages, but maybe all of them could apply to you. I'm not sure. But the card that came out was the Page of Wands reversed with the High Priestess. It feels like a situation or a circumstance, a project, an opportunity didn't get off the ground, but it felt like intuitively you had a very strong feeling about it. Like a very, 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 very strong feeling about this project, this situation, this circumstance, this person, but it just never materialized. It just never happened. And it feels like it kind of had you in your feelings. Like it felt like it, it feels like it had you in your feelings. It kind of had you a little blindsided that this thing didn't pop off or materialize in the way that you thought it would. Because it feels like you had a very, you could even have had dreams. You could even had like you could be a very spiritual person. And you felt like all the signs and synchronicities were pointing to this thing and it just didn't happen. It feels like it has you kind of stuck. Like, can I even really trust myself? Can I even really trust my intuition? Or like, was this person lying to me? Like, or was this situation like a flop? Was like I being deceived? Like, it just feels like it has, it just has you doubting yourself. It feels like, because it felt like you were so sure about this circumstance or this situation. And for the advice, it was the Queen of Swords reversed and then the Seven of Pentacles reversed. It feels like the advice is divesting from this situation and gaining internal clarity. Like, it feels like you need to sit with yourself and really objectively kind of either get advice from someone else or just kind of sit with yourself, maybe write it all out, and just kind of take a break from the situation, the circumstance, the project. And this could be mental energy, divesting your mental energy. You could just need to stop thinking about it so much and stop thinking about what happened or what didn't happen or what didn't work out or why it didn't work out. It feels like it could have you stuck. And so the advice is like, if there's a mental loop, if there is like a negative loop or thoughts, anxiety type of thing, to like divest from that. Like, actively try to, where your attention goes, your energy flows, to like shift your energy and your attention to something else, right? That's kind of what the energy is giving, because like developing a relationship with our intuition is a process, and it takes time, and it is a trial and error process. Like, there is no like all of a sudden my intuition is perfectly accurate about every situation. Like, we have to take into account our own personal biases, the ways in which we have blind spots, the ways in which we can deceive ourselves, or the ways in which we can have rose-colored lenses in it. If you're a Virgo rising, you especially have a sensitivity toward that when it comes to people that you are relating to. There can be a sense of wanting to see the best and not being honest about the reality of the situation. So it feels like, don't be so hard on yourself about the fact that it didn't work out or it didn't happen the way that you wanted it to happen. Just like remove your mental energy and your mental focus and think about other things. Focus on other things, make other things your priority, cultivate and nurture other things in your life, like your money, things like that. And then it just feels like for everyone, it could be a separate group, but it also feels like this could be for everyone. It feels like some of my Virgos could really be trying to rest and recover, especially from this Mercury retrograde that just happened. But it also feels like this retrograde corrected your vision for some of my Virgos. It either corrected your vision or it allows you to realize what it is you really want, what it is you really want to go after. And it's causing you to enter into this Queen of this Queen of Wands energy, this fiery, go-getter, passionate, entrepreneurial, I'm that bitch. Like, it feels like it's that kind of energy, Virgo, where you're like, okay, like I see things now. I know where I need to go. I kind of know where I need to put my energy. I kind of see things a bit more clear, and now I'm ready to go. And that's just like that's very, very encouraging energy, because there is potential to break through. There's potential for breakthrough in your life, in your relationships. But it feels like for some of you guys, like, stay focused on your goals, your dreams, your passions. And if people from the past come back around, really just have a very detached manner of relating and analyzing these situations. Don't get your hopes up. I feel like in September, Virgo, when it comes to people coming back around, especially people you've been thinking about, don't get your hopes up. It feels like there could be some confrontations among your friendships and your friend groups. I feel like you have the capacity, if you stay detached, stay connected to your intuition, to really make the best decision for yourself. I believe in you, Virgo. I feel like, damn, what the fuck is happening with me? Because I'm a whole Virgo rising, and I definitely feel like parts of this video are related to me for sure. But yeah, you got this. It really just feels like, Virgos, there's a lot of shifting in your relational life, your community life, how you deal with community, how you put yourself out there, the people that you're connecting to. There's just lots of shifting and changing happening. So in these moments of lots of shifting and changing, just stay connected and close to the things that ground you. Keep your vision in front of you, and really trust your discernment, and to not make any impulsive decisions in the month of September. All right, I hope that resonated. I hope that spoke to you in some way, in some shape, in some form. Let me know. I love you guys.